Joining me now is Grace Forrest.
Joining me now in the studio is Grace Forrest.
I'm joined now by Grace Forrest.
Grace Forrest is the director of Walk Free. This index has shown us that there are 50 million people living in modern slavery throughout the globe.
From the COVID-19 pandemic to the climate crisis to armed conflict throughout the world, we know that this compounding crisis has increased modern slavery risk in every part of the world.
Migrant workers are 3 times more likely to experience forced labour than non-migrant workers.
If people knew that I was sleeping on the pile of clothes that I was making, if they knew those stories, they would not buy that clothes, I know for sure.
We really want people to understand that modern slavery could be as close as the shirt on your back, as close as the technology we're speaking on today. There's been a misconception that this is happening in dark corners of the world. It's not. It's happening in your country. This report has been built in collaboration with survivors of modern slavery throughout the globe. While we have seen increasing vulnerability of modern slavery, we've also seen diminishing political will. Just the G7 alone has a $355 billion import risk. What we are always struck by at Walk Free is that people who are closest to the problems are also closest to the solutions. To put this staggering figure of 50 million people another way, there are more women and girls living in modern slavery in the world today than there are people living in Australia. Men, women and children are suffering their most basic human rights being taken away from them. I think often in times of crisis, we forget that the first thing to go, because it is most fragile, is the rights of the woman and the girl. This index, first and foremost, is a call to action for governments. We want to make that very clear. No government is effectively responding to modern slavery.